Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I will be transplanting my fluted pumpkins in containers, and I'd like to take you along for the process and also just talk about some general tips on how to grow the fluted pumpkin in containers. Now let me show you how I set up the soil for growing the fluted pumpkin, the ugu or the okong obong in a container. So this is a plastic container, and this right here I believe is a 10-gallon container. Not exactly sure what size it is. So to set up the soil, let me show you what I'm going to be using. First, I have soil from the garden. So this is just regular garden soil, regular compost, regular topsoil from the garden right here. But we don't want to use just this in containers because it's not very porous. And for containers, you want to use something that water can drain, that is not very compact. See, this is compact soil. We really don't want this in containers because when you water, it's just gonna sit there and it might cause the roots to rot. So for container gardening, what you need is potting mix. It needs to say potting soil or potting mix on the back for anything that you grow in containers. But I find that just using the potting mix alone for growing things like the fluted pumpkin or even peppers, sometimes it doesn't really produce healthy plants. So I like to mix the regular garden soil, which has soil life in it. It has your earthworms, it has soil life in it, and it also gives the soil some structure and a little bit of a density with the potting mix soil. So what I will do is use half of your regular topsoil, regular garden soil, and then add half of this potting mix soil. I'll show you how it looks like in a moment. So this is the potting mix soil. See how light it is? It's not compact, see? Okay, so it's half and half. Just keep watching. I'll show you what I do. And then here is chicken manure. Remember, the fluted pumpkin is a heavy feeder. It loves a lot of nitrogen, and chicken manure is a great source of nitrogen. I know you're saying, where can I find chicken manure? This is available online. Check the description box for where you can buy it. It's on Amazon. This is completely composted chicken manure. So that goes in there. And this is fine. You can just mix this up and use now. And what's the ratio? You want about 1/5 of the container of the composted chicken manure. So 1 part chicken manure, 5 parts soil. That's an estimate, okay? And guys, I'm going to add this. This is an organic fertilizer. It is actually pelleted chicken manure. It's also chicken manure, except it's been made into like pellets. This one right here, it's an organic fertilizer, 543. So I'm just gonna add about 1/4 cup. I'm following the instructions on the bag. Okay, so that's how I like to set up my soil. Now I'm just gonna mix this whole thing up, and then it will be time to plant our fluted pumpkin. Okay, tribe, so this is what we have. The soil all mixed. Now we have our potting mix, some garden soil, chicken manure, and some granular organic fertilizer in here. See, so we now have soil with some structure, not too dense, ready to take our fluted pumpkin plants. You can also plant peppers, the same mixture that I use for peppers, garden eggs, pretty much anything I grow in containers. So I take the potting mix soil from the store, mix it with some topsoil or garden soil or compost, add some manure, composted manure, granular fertilizer, and it is good to go. It's good to go. All right, next we are going to water this in so the soil can settle before we plant anything inside. All right, tribe. So I have moved the bucket to this location right next to the rest of the fluted pumpkins I have growing in containers. And I'm going to be planting 4 of them in this bucket. I'm going to be planting 4. Ideally, it should be 2. The only reason why I'm doing 4 is because I want to experiment and see how many this 10-gallon bucket can take comfortably. But I would recommend 1 plant per 5-gallon bucket. But I'm going to do 4 just to see if it works, okay? So guys, one way to tell when your plants are ready for transplanting is you look at the bottom of the container. If you see the roots starting to peek out like so, it is usually time to put them in a bigger container or in ground. So this is how I'm going to arrange this over here, the 4 of them, and then I'll put a stick in the middle and have it come all the way up here to the cucumber net. Okay, so let's go ahead and plant these. Okay guys, loosen up the cup just like so. You want to loosen up the roots if it's starting to be root bound, just a little, so you can pick up, make the hole, put it inside. If this video adds value to you, please help me by giving the video a thumbs up, and please help me by sharing my videos to promote my ministry now. I beg, please. Thank you. All right, tribe. So that's what we have. We've planted our 4 ugu plants in this bucket right here. I will go ahead and just put this branch right here so that the eye of the ugu can find it and hopefully climb up. I will try to push that into the earth some for support. And there we have it. There we have it. So now it's just to be patient. And a word about watering your fluted pumpkin plants. Guys, remember that the potting soil mix is formulated with an agent that helps with retaining moisture. It's formulated with a wetting agent so that you don't need to water your plants as frequently. Too much watering can cause your ugu to develop yellowing leaves. You don't want that. If you've already set up your soil with the right ingredients, just be patient, water when you need to, and by that I mean you stick your finger into the soil mixture like so. If it feels wet, you don't need to water it. If it feels dry, then you go ahead and water. You will need to water maybe twice a week, maybe if it doesn't rain. If it rains, then water more frequently, especially in the spring. You know, in the summer, yes, maybe you need to water really frequently. But for right now, just watch out for how much water. Do not throw away the cups. Save them for next time.